This is 3FM.
I've been a Douglas councillor for the last 8 years, and as a councillor I do believe that I know what Douglas need, and also the fact that I'm used to working in committees. I know that you can't say I want to change the world all by myself. You need to work with like-minded people, and it is sometimes a lot slower process than what you imagine. So with all that experience, I can make a difference, I can make a change. I know it's not going to happen overnight. Obviously we want economic growth, and we have a lot of businesses in Douglas Central, and then also the town as a whole is looking very shabby, and that is reflected in my ward or my constituency as well. So we need to somehow tackle the problems of, the environment, the economy and things like that. Well, we used to have grants system, and that's been taken away. I think we should introduce the grant system again, just to boost people doing up their properties. When I say grants, I'm not necessarily just saying the government giving these places money, but loans perhaps, interest-free loans, also access to tradesmen who will not rip you off. So a select group of tradesmen, even specialist tradesmen, because there's quite a lot of older properties in the constituency. There needs to be some sort of specialist treatment of those properties, and the man in the street wouldn't necessarily know who to go to if they want their walls fixed or the trimming on their houses. So I think we should invest in a list of tradesmen that we can access and know that they're not going to let you down or rip you off. Tourism has declined over the years. You see the Victorians or even the 1960s, our beaches were full. But I think now with the present climate in foreign countries, I think again it's a time that we can take this opportunity to show that we are a safe haven, and that we've got some very quirky attractions. We do need to work on it, obviously, because the town looking quite shabby, that we need to boost that. Also the transport getting here, the reliability of it, and also the costs, because a family can still go to Ibiza cheaper than coming to the Isle of Man. So we must see how we can look at the costings of actually getting here and the cost of when you are here. The prom is probably the first thing anybody sees or feels rather than sees, and so I think it's really letting us down. And we've, as I've been quoted to say before, we've just totally dilly-dallied. We've spent £1 million just looking at it rather than doing anything about it. We haven't really surveyed it to see what the major problems are, the voids. I know there's voids underneath, but we need to just now stop messing around, get it surveyed, see what scheme we can put forward. It's not necessarily going to be a grand scheme. I think 21 million, I think was the last was quoted, is probably a little bit extreme, and the fact that it was going to take 10 years, again, extreme. Other countries can seemingly do projects a lot faster, so we just stop wasting money and get to it. I believe the police do a cracking job on the amount of money that they have, and I know their budgets have been cut, but we do need to recruit more officers, and we do need more bobbies on the beat, although again I think they've been sort of look at the there's never a policeman on the beat. I do see the police around and about, and I think they do a good job, but we do need to budget and make sure that they have enough money to keep going.
More music for the Isle of Man.
3FM.